What's going on, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo. I am itching for more Halo 5 goodness. I'm sure you are as well, and so here we are. As you know, I was able to show you the first 3 missions super early of the game, and I'm working on getting another mission up for you guys extra early, and then we'll move straight into multiplayer, arena, warzone, and co-op, and then obviously closer to launch, I'll do the rest of the campaign as soon as I'm allowed. Bringing that to you has been so fun. The game is so freaking good. I feel like it's one of the best first-person shooter campaigns I've played in a very long time, from a graphical standpoint, a mechanical standpoint, a Halo, what it was and what it could be standpoint, from a story standpoint, everything has been fantastic. And so I kind of wanted to just cement myself as a super fan of this game. So I went ahead and picked up the 2 Halo 5 Xbox One controllers. I'm a huge controller nut, as you know. Like, I love having the custom controllers. I think there's something super special and fun, and for me, it like adds something to the gameplay and experience, even though it doesn't really add anything logically. Like, emotionally and spiritually, it makes me feel a lot better. So I got both of these. This is the official Halo 5 controller that will come with the limited edition console that releases on the launch date of Halo 5, as well as the collector's edition, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm debating getting the collector's edition. Anyways, and then this is the Master Chief controller for Xbox One as well. And I think they're really super cool because, 1, they have very nice designs. 2, there's differences in the buttons and the coloring. And 3, they've got shiny D-pads. So we'll start off with the Halo 5 controller. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be themed after Locke and Fireteam Osiris, but I in my head like to imagine it is, even though it's really more like blue team since it's blue, but it is silver and blue, which is a lot like Locke's armor. So I have to imagine, even though this isn't called, you know, it's not called the Locke controller, it's just called the Halo 5 Guardians controller. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. I have to imagine that this is supposed to be themed and centered around Jameson Locke, who is the other playable character along with Master Chief, as far as I know. Maybe there's another, but I don't think so. Oh, they're sweet. Look at that. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice is that there's a whole bunch of emblems on the side from different factions and teams in Halo, which is pretty darn cool. And then on the side here, yeah, this has to be Fireteam Osiris, right? There we go. Call signs on the side, but what's super awesome about this is the blue shiny D-pad is freaking beautiful, and then there's also like these sort of lines, I don't even know what you call them, like shine lines or like circuitry board lines that are, they're the same shine. It's obviously not the metallic material, but like a metallic paint almost that shines its way through. And then something very cool up here is that the buttons are gray, which I really like, but then you've got the little indication of this is supposed to be red, blue, yellow, green, and you can see via the little arrows there. The whole controller, all in all, is just beautiful. It says UNSC above the stick. It does have a little bit of texture here, and I'm a big fan of texture controllers. The Tomb Raider controller from the Tomb Raider reboot on Xbox 360 had a texture controller, and that's my favorite controller of all time in terms of game tie-in controllers. This one has texture material here and texture material here. It's not as much as on the Tomb Raider controller, but it's so cool, and that D-pad is freaking fantastic. The triggers as well, I'm not sure if it comes off well on the camera, but they are a shiny silver as opposed to like a gray. The entire controller is pretty shiny, but it's super shiny on that blue, the light blue, which it's so shiny it's like reflecting the camera. Like, don't even look, it's too brilliant. And then the triggers are shiny as well. So that is the, I'm calling it the Locke controller. And then we have the Chief controller. I think actually, it says that, oh yeah, there's stuff in here. So there's obviously the traditional manuals, but then there is a game add-on. I'm not sure what this is. It's a Halo, unlock your bonus rec pack, including the Resolute Visor. Okay, so there's some extra, I think, limited edition DLC that comes only with that controller, and so I'm guessing there is in the Master Chief controller as well. Or maybe it's the same one, I'm not entirely sure. But let's open this bad boy up and see. This one obviously themed more to look like Chief's armor than to look like Blue Team, but maybe there are call signs. God, these are gorgeous. They did such a nice job. They nailed these and knocked them out of the park. First of all, gold triggers, which is just freaking gorgeous. How can you not feel like a superhero fighting people in multiplayer in Halo 5 with this? It bears UNSC in the center, and then the golden D-pad is super cool. It has texture material on the 2 sides, a little bit different patterns than the Locke controller, the Fireteam Osiris controller, a little bit more symmetrical. Maybe that's supposed to symbolize Chief, although I think Chief being a little bit more reckless than Locke based on their personality I've seen thus far. Again with the gray buttons, but different indication of the colors. These time they're arrows beneath the buttons. It almost reminds me of the SNES controller and how that was laid out. I'm now, instead of viewing it like a diamond, I'm viewing it as more like a sideways square, if that makes any sense to any of you. I don't know. What's cool here is the sticks are also sort of this military green, which is nice, and then again, those gold triggers up top are absolutely brilliant. So side by side, these are 2 of the most stellar Xbox One controllers in any controller I've seen. I mean, I think the Xbox One controller is a great controller all in all. The DS4 and this controller are two of my favorites of all time. But you got a little bit more silver and blue here, a little bit more black and green, and then the gold accents and the silver accents and the shiny blue. I do wish that there was some more shine through this controller, like the blue, these strips that are like really metallic are awesome, and it would be cool if there was some gold of those. I think it would add a lot, but maybe they felt like it was too much with the gold triggers. All in all, they are both amazing. Let me know in the comments below which one you like better. Are you Team Locke and this controller, or Team Chief and this controller? I think all in all, the gold is so tempting because I'm a huge fan of gold. Like, I have these Nike shoes that have gold swooshes and I love them, but I think because of the metallic strips and just sort of the more, I don't know, I like the color scheme of this one a heck of a lot. So I'm going to go with this one, especially since it has all the symbols and stuff on the side. Chief's controller just has a red arrow right there and another red arrow right there, which is cool, but just not as like defined and unique, which I really like. I think these are the symbols for each of the people in the team. That might be it. I don't know. Well, there's 5. I don't know. Let me know what these symbols are. If you know, let me know in the comments below. That would be super helpful. I'll show them one more time on camera just so you can get a good look at what they all are. Ta-da, there they are. Also, this one comes with DLC. I'm not sure if it's the same DLC, but we'll see. It says, no, it does come with something different. Unlock your bonus rec pack, including the Dauntless Visor, so it has different gear than this one. So 2 exclusive pieces of gear that come with the controllers. That's pretty cool. And just to like add extra flame to the fire, GameStop has an exclusive Lunar White controller, and I'm crazy about these controllers, and I thought it'd be fun to have like these 3 plus my Titanfall controller as sort of like my go-to like quad of controllers for this fall and this holiday season for when we play games with my family and friends. And this one does cool stuff with the buttons as well. It bears the ugly mark of GameStop, which it was my best experience ever at GameStop when I got these controllers. Normally I have like a super negative time, and the manager was like super great. He was super fun. He was super like inquisitive. He was curious about me. He didn't push pre-orders on me or anything like that. This one is so dang sexy as well. It's got a different level of gold. My dog even wants to come see, and more texture. Heck yeah, baby. I didn't expect that. So there's texture on the back of this one, grippy stuff. It almost reminds me of Scuff controllers. I gotta get one of those. I'd love to have a custom Scuff controller. That would be so epic. A GhostRobo, like custom color, crazy color Scuff of their 4PS and then their Infinity Xbox One. Got my eyes on them, don't worry. So this one is super sweet. On the front it has gold, but it like Chief's gold is a lot more like shiny, flashy, like almost armory gold, and then this one is more of a matte gold, a little bit, I guess, classier gold, a little bit more like, I feel like a truffle is gonna be wrapped up in this gold, which is pretty darn sweet. And then you'll see in the buttons here, they are black and white, but you've got a little like mini version of the colors, a mini version of the button layout up there, which is pretty hot. And then it's white all over. There is a white Xbox One controller that came with the Sunset Overdrive bundle, the white Xbox One bundle, but I prefer this one just because it has a very clean scheme with black, white, and gold. Super, super hot. And then I love this little, it's a tiny detail, but I love the fact that it has the little 4 colors right there. I think all of these controllers excel at really mixing up the buttons and giving them a little bit of a unique eccentric feel with the indicators of the colors in different positions. You know, you've got the little mini version of the button layout on the Lunar White. You've got the arrows pointing down on the Osiris Guardians controller, and then you've got the more diagonal arrows on the Master Chief controller there, which is pretty darn sweet. So I guess you can vote for this one if you want. They all have different grips, different textured bits. Chiefs are right here to the side of the D-pad and the bottom, the right stick. Locks are asymmetrical. This one extends down from the stick down here, and then this one is right a little bit below the D-pad, but again, a different positioning than the Chiefs controller. And this one has the grippy stuff on the back. I'm not sure if that plays on camera, but you can see, well, you probably can't. It's got like, it reminds me almost like a bike handle, which I know sounds crazy, but that's definitely what it is. Everything else about these controllers is totally normal and the same, and they function identical, so you're probably like, why? It's kind of crazy. Maybe it's a waste, but it like really makes me a lot happier, and I think it will make my holiday gaming a heck of a lot more memorable when people have to fight over which controller they want, because they're all so sweet. Also, I'm not sure if you noticed, but the buttons here, the options and like the snap button here, they are actually done up in gold. That's gold ink. It's not black, even though it looks like it. But I think this is just a super sweet controller. And I don't think there's any like DLC or anything crazy that comes in this one. Although I did get 6 batteries, so I don't have to go buy any new batteries. Look at the value, which is awesome. I like the boxes that these come in. I think they're very nice. And it's easy for storage, so when I move to California next year, I can pack them all up Even though I have no need for the box, it does keep them safe and sound. Hopefully you guys are safe and sound, having a great weekend. Cannot wait to bring you more Halo 5 action. Hope you've been enjoying all the content I brought thus far. Stay tuned because we've got Assassin's Creed Syndicate starting soon, and hopefully I'll have early access to a bunch of stuff so I can bring you guys coverage of your most anticipated games throughout October, November, and December. Gonna be a good fall, gonna be a great gaming season. Hope to have you aboard. Thank you for being aboard. Thank you for being here for 5 years now. Love you guys so much. Let me know your favorite controller vote in the comments down below. Until next time when I bring you more Halo 5 action. I've got multiplayer, co-op, and then more single-player story missions coming your way soon. Until that time, thanks again. Thanks so much, all. You are amazing. I love you all. We will see you all later.